right, thank you.
I got 3 of us here.
Okay, well, okay.
3 of us.
All right. Thank you.
I'm just gonna sit out, you and 3 kids.
You're sitting out again?
I'm only sitting out so I can save my energy for Central State, because my energy right now from the coffee is like going down. I'm saving up my strength for Central State because I'm gonna be running.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm good. Okay. What you got here? Okay. Fine.
Feeling better? What's wrong with you?
Okay. 4. How much budget will we get?
He gets $1 back and I get $3.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. 4. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Morty gonna love you guys. All this money I got. Okay, what do you need? Okay, huh?
I need 15.
You need 15? Okay, guy. I can do that.
Oh, wait, you gave me a 20. Another 5.
All righty. I don't handle money too well. 10 back. All righty. What we have here? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You need 5? Okay. Are we all good now? Hey, guy, you give me your money? Okay, I just... Okay. Here in Crown Hill, there are 555 acres of land. 555 acres of land. Reason why I'm repeating myself, because I like to hear me talk, but mainly is that we have a test. When we're all through, we have a test. So you don't leave here until you get a good score. Okay? So we have 555 acres of land. We have 25 miles of roads here. We have 50 heads of deer. You'll see them later on. You beg pardon?
I found 2.
Oh, okay. There's about 40 heads of deer, 50 heads of deer. They come on the north side and they come back here. And when you come and put flowers for your loved ones, the deer just love you dearly. And they enjoy themselves. We're the 3rd largest cemetery here in the United States. And the first person buried here was Lucy Ann Seton. We'll see her later on. And right now, anybody have any questions?
Your website says you're the
Go ahead.
largest.
Beg pardon.
Your website says that you're the largest.
That's what no, we're not the largest. We're the 3rd largest.
Okay.
It'll be the largest in Indiana or
the
something.
one is in California. What you call that? I remember senior citizen again. The one, all the cemeteries in California. They got a great big. Number 1, and Beech Grove.
Maybe I read it wrong. Arlington National.
One is in Cincinnati is the 2nd. We're the 3rd largest.
Spring. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I've been walking through this cemetery for years, and I've noticed that some of the headstones are, the older ones seem to be maintained. So is it up to the family
Yes,
to
it is.
maintain?
As you notice, you'll see stuff falling off. That's why we ask people now not to bring marble, because it deteriorates so bad, not even funny. And so the family members are responsible for it. We are responsible for the grass and stuff like that, but what else? We don't do that. And on top of that, we have 191,000 people buried here. 191,000 here. And believe it or not, it's quite expensive if you're going to try to start to maintain some of these things we have here. And we have approximately 1,200 to 1,500 funerals per year. We have approximately 300 years to bury people here at Crown Hill Cemetery. And we said 300, and sometimes they say 500. Well, the lady wanted to ask me, why do you say 300 and 500? Simple fact is now, believe it or not, people are opting to what we call cremation.
Yeah, there's a spot.
Okay, yeah, we have several spots here for cremation. Believe it or not, people used to burn up the bodies a long time ago. This Roman guy who went to started a church over there and Constantinople in Turkey or someplace. Anyway, he said, no, that's a pagan, and so therefore we're going to bury everybody in the ground. So now we don't have enough space now to bury people, and therefore we're cremating people now. What it is, we have a retort on the community mausoleum. I'll show you that a little bit later on. I'll show you that. What we have in the basement, on the right-hand side of it, there's a thing called a retort or furnace. It gets about 1,500 degrees, about this red. And we take a person about my build, 190 pounds, and we throw them in there for about 3 hours, and they get all burned up and what else have you. And this furnace burns them up. And nobody get us scared about this now. Okay. When we put them in the furnace, the teeth has water in them. Pulp, you call that pulp, something like that. Believe it or not, when that furnace hits them, they explode.
Teeth explode?
Yeah, the teeth explode. These bones here, the big bones, they have something called marrow in there, and there's a little water, and guess they explode too. Boom. Okay, now we do all that, what else have you? So we're not through yet. So we've got a person there now. The law requires us to make sure there are no bones that anybody can define or understand what a bone is. So the coccyx bone, the smallest one right here, back in your tailbone there, we have to grind that up. And that's what we do, grind the bones up. And another thing happened is that people now have so much metal in their bodies that we have magnets. And we pull in the metal up. Then after all of that, what else have you, we get a vase. This young lady says a vase. Okay. Anyway, they have a vase, and they put about 5 pounds of me in there, and the family members set it on the mantle and what's have them look at me and all that stuff like that. But as far as I'm concerned, they can put it in the roses, and that makes nice fertilizer. This way, please.
On that side. Just push it in there.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, okay. I'm not used to carrying money. I always have most of the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Skirmish line. Over to your left over there, there's a veterans marker there. This right, what you see here is veterans, the first one put there. We have so many people now there, we don't have them, so we built number 2. Believe it or not, number 2 is almost full, and so now we have one way over on the north side for veterans. Any veterans who's been honorably discharged can get a plot and a stone from the government. Now my friends have to come and dig it and put it down. Well, you have to pay for them, what else have you, but the government does the plaque and this part here, and have some guys play taps or something like that. Okay, like I said, we have 3 of them now. Okay, skirmish line right here. Here we have Jefferson C. Davis. Anybody want to argue with that? Jefferson C. Davis. Come on, people.
That's not the
Help me
Jefferson
out.
Davis.
Yeah, what did you say?
That's not the Jefferson Davis.
Yes, it is.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, that's Columbus Davis, the Hoosier. He's a general. Okay, that's a joke. Anyway, what she's trying to say is the Southern guy, president, name was
Confederacy.
Jefferson Davis. And he got a lot of grief for being Jefferson Davis. But anyway, something about him, 2 things about him, 3 things about him. He didn't like his commanding officer. His name was Bull Nelson, and he was about 300 pounds. Bull Nelson was a brute of a guy, and he whooped heads and took names when he felt like. That's have you. Jefferson C. Davis was only about 140 pounds, and he chastised Jefferson Davis so bad it wasn't funny. Point number 1 was that when the Civil War started in 1861, the South fired upon Fort something. Fort Sumner. Yeah, Fort Sumner. And that was in April, and so he was there. And so and he had to surrender the fort. So his commanding officer didn't like that, but anyway, he had no choice. That he had to do that because they had so much superior firepower, what else have you. Believe it or not, nobody was killed from that skirmish from Fort Sumner. However, 3 days later, when the Union soldiers got ready to strike the colors, put them in the case, what else have you, they put too much powder in the gun and blew themselves up. 4 of them did. Anyway, Jefferson Davis was in that group, and so he didn't like that, and Bull Nelson smacked him in the face, and he grabbed the gun and shot his commanding officer dead. Boom! Just like that. Okay, when I was in the Army, that was it. You got against the wall, and boom, that was it. There was no playing around. But anyway, he shot his commanding officer dead. But he's a friend of